I've been talking lately about how right now, I feel like the red pill conservative chud content is on its way out. I think it's kind of falling off, and I've been predicting this for a while now, just like I predicted its rise. And I feel now is a better time than any to take a little bit of a look back in time. A look back to a time in internet politics that many of you, roughly 6 or 7 years ago now, were not active for. Hypers in chat if you weren't into politics during September of 2017. Because each passing year I realize how many of these like classic videos and instances, none of you guys even know about them with each passing year, because a lot of you guys are younger and weren't even into politics back then. There's a fair amount of hypers in chat. Well, this video is going to be some pretty important watching. We're going to be watching a video today from Destiny. Back when Destiny was one of the best lefty debaters in all of YouTube. When he debated another YouTuber by the name of No Bullshit. For those that don't remember, No Bullshit was one of the largest conservative anti-SJW YouTubers on YouTube back in the day. He rebranded to No BS, and now if you look him up, it's actually pretty hard to find his channel, because most of the things that come up are dunk videos on him, but he hasn't uploaded in nearly 2 years now. After his videos just totally fell off, but he had, you know, nearly 800,000 subs at his peak, but has lost many. But he was a very, very big YouTuber at one time, but he just totally fell off. In large part because of the debate that we're about to witness. This debate humiliated No Bullshit so thoroughly. Not only did it take down No Bullshit, but it took down a large part of the sphere that No Bullshit inhabited. This should be required watching for any online internet debate bro watching lefty, because this video is really top tier. This is some of the best debate entertainment there is. Put aside your opinion on Destiny if you don't like him. Just enjoy this video for what it is. And for those of you guys who don't like Destiny and have never seen what he was like during the time where lefties liked him, you may find yourself pleasantly surprised, and you might find yourself saying, oh, he was like a completely different person. Let's watch.
Stop talking to him? Yeah, no, I just like to watch him wiggle around. Plus, if he actually comes on, it would be good fucking memes, dude. Listening to this guy try to have a discussion on ethics would be one of the highlights of my life the past 2 years. Well, you see, it's just wrong. I like how he always will say, like, I don't have time to talk, but, like, I woke up today and there's, like, 500 fucking mentions on my Twitter because he's been fighting on Twitter, like, all day long. Holy shit. I'm in the...
You have to understand, this was literally 1 year after Trump's inauguration. Like, 9 months after Trump's inauguration. So, this was during the peak of Trump mania online. Everybody was a Trump supporter online, it seemed like.
Oh, this is too many memes. Whoa, it's my favorite dude. You actually showed up this time. What's up, buddy?
Okay, cool. Are we on the show?
Yeah, we're here, dude. Just a quick discussion, man.
All right. Good to hear from you, man. It's been a while. You have
Reminder, I've sped this video up. It is not doing justice to how slowly No Bullshit talks.
me blocked.
Yeah, for a little bit. I usually do that to people who just waste time on Twitter. Yo, I'm curious. Hold on. I'm genuinely curious. As somebody that is large and out of shape, why would you make fun of women for not being able to survive in a hypothetical wilderness situation when you would be dead on
This is really quiet. I'm gonna boost the volume just a wee bit.
like the first day? How do you do that without like a sense of irony?
I'm not sure what you mean.
So in your video, you made fun of the fact that if any woman was placed in a wilderness survival like scenario, they would all die because they're catty and dumb or whatever. But you yourself have said that you are dramatically overweight and you would probably die very quickly as well. Don't you think it's kind of strange for you to make fun of women who like to do that kind of stereotypical, like all women would die in the wilderness when you...
I haven't watched this in so long, and I just had all the memories stream back into my head of the interaction that's about to occur. Get ready for the funniest back and forth of all time. But before we see that, I need to show you a picture. I used to show this when we'd react to No Bullshit videos when he was still uploading. Here's a picture of No Bullshit. Okay, I'm trying to find the picture of him asleep in a chair at VidCon, snoring. But here's a picture of him making a funny face. And if you look at his more recent videos, he's gained a bit more weight than in that image. He is the definition of a neckbeard.
You yourself would be dead on like the first day.
Well, that's a long statement, and none of it's true, so I don't know
Wait,
how
which
to
part of
address
that
it.
statement was not true?
Well, we have to break it down. You talked for a long time. There was that first part. You know,
That
you
was the
said,
quartering moment.
I said all women would go down or something. I don't know.
Do you want me to link you a clip from your own video of what you said exactly, and we can listen to it together?
Yeah, we can. I mean, I remember most of what I said. It wasn't what you said.
Okay. Here, hold on. I'm gonna shoot you a link on Discord, and we can listen to it together at the same time. All right?
Okay, I thought you were gonna defend incest. You said
Yeah, no, we'll do that next. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Okay.
Because I want to see how 2,500 people think about you defending incest. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
I
Right
wonder
after
what
this.
blue microphones would think of that. Too.
I don't know.
That's
You can
very
email them and ask them, dude. Hey, but here, let's listen to this real quick. I'm curious. Okay. Let me know when you got it open. Okay.
Okay, I got my video.
Okay. We'll start. It should start at 4:26. We'll start at 3, 2, 1, 0.
These people.
So something that this is something to take notes off of as a content creator or an aspiring content creator. Something Destiny does pretty well and definitely does very well here is just like, okay, I'm going to debate somebody. Let me watch a ton of their shit and take exact clips and quotes, word for word, and timestamps of those quotes with links in preparation for the conversation. So I can literally like dunk on exact quotes they've said and force them to defend them. Very effective strategy.
Believe the plot of the book wouldn't happen because women are superior to men, and they would never break down and end up fighting and killing each other. And if anyone else is thinking that, I'm really going to have to shoot you down right there.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
As a Vosh fan, I don't know what debate prep is. Vosh could definitely do more debate prep. He says he does debate prep, but he's definitely doing less debate prep than he lets on. I think he's done more lately. It's very obvious he has, because people have noticed that he doesn't do as much debate prep. But I fell into that trap too. You cannot rely on the knowledge base you already have. Every legit debate with someone who's made a career of doing this nowadays is going to require some level of specific preparation. And sometimes the specific preparation you do won't be correct. You have to make sure that you keep the debate parameters on what you've prepared for. Because if you get off of what you've prepared for, then you might not do well.
You want me to press play too? I got you.
Oh yeah, at the same time. Okay, go back to the beginning. Okay, at 4:26.
I'm at 4:27.
Okay.
Flash.
Start in 3, 2, 1, go.
These people believe the plot of the book wouldn't happen because women are superior to men, and they would never break down and end up fighting and killing each other. And if anyone else is thinking that, I'm really going to have to shoot you down right there. Because the reason I think the plot of the book wouldn't happen with all women is because girls wouldn't make it a week on the island by themselves. And they certainly wouldn't band together and build a cohesive government and mini society. No fucking way. The girls would start tearing each other apart on the first damn day. We all know how catty women can be, especially with each other. They're like wild animals. Imagine them actually out in the wild. With guys, there's more camaraderie and brotherhood. If they were stranded, at least the guys would build their camp and supplies first, before they break down and start attacking each other. Girls wouldn't even get to building anything. I mean, women have never built anything significant in the real world. They've never built their own cities or societies as it is. It's always been men doing that. So why would they do it on a deserted island?
This shit was overwhelmingly popular rhetoric online in 2017 and 2016. You need to understand how ubiquitous, like, face mask off misogyny was in those days. And they would, and if you called them misogynistic, they'd say, it's not misogynistic to state facts.
No hate, but I think the idea that women would be all peaceful and productive is fucking bullshit. Here's a newsflash, guys. Women are terrible in survival situations. That's just a fact. I've seen the show Naked and Afraid.
I mean, if I sat here for 2 more hours and then went fishing, would you have a problem?
Yeah, okay, so we can stop.
What an amazing source. I've seen Naked and Afraid. I've seen a reality TV show.
So I'm just curious, you as somebody that admits that you are grossly overweight, you would probably be dead pretty quickly in one of these survival scenarios too. Don't you think it's kind of strange that you would sit here and generalize all women as being unable to survive? Or can you tell me what part of that statement you think is untrue? We can watch this video again if you forgot what you said.
Well, the part you just said, I admitted I'm grossly overweight. I've never said that.
Oh, I thought we did that in a discussion once. You said that you defied societal standards by being overweight. Are you saying you didn't say that? Do you want me to find the clip of that as well? You can listen to your statement there.
You know, people have agency. They pick what they want to do. And if some girl watches a movie and it tells her that it's too nerdy to be a computer programmer, then she shouldn't have been a computer programmer. If that's all it takes to stop her, then she wasn't going to be one anyway. Something else would have stopped her if it wasn't
all
that.
It takes, but if you have a lifetime of people telling you that you shouldn't do something, you don't think those weigh on people over time?
I think some people, weaker people, and I think honestly, you obviously believe that.
So back then, the most common talking point was, why do we need marginalized people, quote unquote, shoehorned into popular media for the sake of representation? Why is it necessary? So Destiny's argument is, and this was like a very common, like people simply could not fathom why representation was necessary in media. So you had to argue it for why representation was good. That was like the core argument in the culture war debate at the time. It was a very simple time. Times were much more simple back then. And so what he's trying to explain right now is that media is part of our culture, and people are very much victims of what our culture like raises us to be growing up. Like, no man is an island. Like, he's very deterministic. And what he's describing right now is the fact that, like, if you grow up with media telling you that if you're a woman, you've got a very set path you have to follow in life, and this is the only thing you can be, then it's likely you're going to follow that. And with men, but like the same thing. And No Bullshit's trying to deny that by saying, well, no, I buck all sorts of societal expectations, which is a very stupid line of argument. Literally, teenage me had my eyes open to this concept by this argument. Like, this is one of the videos I watched as a teenager when I was a little chudhead that got me out of my mindset and made me realize, maybe there is good reason for representation in media, and it's not just, like, for woke points or whatever. At the time, you wouldn't have said woke points, but you know what I mean.
I think that you don't have that kind of confidence to defy society. I have no problem doing that.
What has society ever told you that you've defied?
Okay, well, for example, society, you know, what would you say society's figures are for human beings? You know, males or females? What kind of body types would society dictate?
It really depends on, I don't know, a normal BMI range and a normal
like maybe
would
you say skinny or fit or muscular?
Sure, probably muscular.
Okay, well, I'm a fat ass, so I don't give a shit. I don't care about weight. I don't give a fuck about what people say about weight, and I do fine. I don't give a shit what the society tells me my weight should be, or what I should eat, or what I should drink, or what I should smoke, or who I should fuck. I don't give a fuck, Destiny. You met a true red-pilled alpha motherfucker. Welcome to the gun show. Ugh!
I need you to understand that in 2017, none of those words were ironic. When people used those words back then, it was never ironic. It wasn't ironic at all. And people like him are what started people using it ironically to make fun of people like him. Also, peep that multi-MC install. Destiny playing Minecraft with multi-MC? Based?
Right. Okay, I went a little crazy there. I'm
so
still here.
You're red-pilled because you're overweight.
Exactly. Well, I didn't say I was grossly overweight. That's not what I said, and that's not the context of that discussion.
Oh, you said you were overweight, though, didn't you?
No, I said I was a fat ass, and I was making a joke, and you kept taking that seriously for like the last 6 months, dude. That's what's so fucked up about you. You can't comprehend these like jokes that are made, and I was being hyperbolic. That's why I was saying.
So you're not actually overweight at all.
No, I'm not fat. I'm not grossly overweight. Not all that.
Let's look at a video from No Bullshit's recent stuff when he actually started using a webcam. Does he have his webcam in this one? It's just showing a sponsorship. Here's one with his webcam. He usually uses a persona of like a guy, like a lumberjack guy in flannel with a bull head cut out. And it's like a muscular guy in flannel. But this is him in real life.
Hello and welcome back to No BS. Today we return to talking about plus size. Plus size is the term used for these sorts of larger than life people, and it's come up recently in recent memory for a number of reasons. Specifically, we recently did a video about how
I like how often he repeats words in order to stretch the watch time to 10 minutes. Very nice, very good.
The shit you say every time
you're not,
we talk on Twitter.
Whoa, chill out. So you're not overweight at all.
Every time
you
we're
just
on
made
Twitter,
that up.
you're like,
you totally made that up.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
Oh, reminder, by the way, he has the same name as The Quartering and Geeks and Gamers. They all have the name Jeremy. All three of them. Geeks and Gamers, The Quartering, and No Bullshit. They're all neckbeard fat dudes named Jeremy. Except for the Geeks and Gamers guy. He's a skinny neckbeard.
you right now, bro. You keep saying, "Oh, I'm fat on Twitter." This is like the only thing you got against me. This is the first thing.
No, it's not the only thing I got against you. It was an important part of. Do you remember the context of that discussion?
No, it's not important. You just bring it up every time.
Important. No, the context of that discussion.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's important to you. It's just I could just say you're obsessed with incest. You're okay with incest.
Well, you're already doing that on Twitter, but okay.
Yeah, that's why I do it, because you take me out of context about one comment I made 6 months ago, and I'm going to do the same thing with incest. You're pro incest.
So the context of that discussion was.
So why do you love incest so much?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in a couple minutes.
No, I want to talk about it now. I mean, in a couple minutes. Well,
because you're trying to say that you didn't mean the statement.
Are you trying to have sex with your child?
Yeah, all the time, dude. You got me, dude. Okay,
so you want to have sex with your cousin? Is it your mom hot?
Yeah, the context of that discussion was you were saying that minorities or other people that are influenced by society should just ignore society and be their own person. That everybody.
No bullshit, after this event basically became the laughingstock of the anti-SJW sphere. Even Mahler, who is himself just an anti-SJW, anti-woke YouTuber, disguised as a film critic, has done a debate dunking on No Bullshit for his anti-woke stuff. No Bullshit is genuinely that bad of a representative of what the right believes in. The right had a really good thing going online with the whole Gamergate thing until people like No Bullshit started to really just cause everything to fall apart.
Have agency and resist the influences around you. So I asked you, can you tell me one way that you think that you buck society? And you thought about it for a while, and you're telling me that the only thing you could think up of was just a lie? You concede that entire discussion to me then, at least? Can you at least say that? Well, actually, Stephen, there is no way to buck society, I guess.
Yeah, PSA Sitch, also a conservative podcast guy, has also dunked on No BS. He really just became everybody's... he became a gender-neutral bathroom, because people on both sides of the political aisle were taking a shit on him.
Kind of a victim of your circumstances to some extent, because now you're telling me that
dumb, bro. This show is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
What? It's a very easy, logical,
no,
point
it's
A to
not
point...
logical.
Okay, what part do you not understand?
I could tell you if you let me talk.
Yeah, go for it.
Basically, to me, what it looks like is ever since that debate, you say I'm fat every time we talk. That's all I see. And I'm not being defensive, oh, he's calling me fat. I feel bad because I'm getting called fat. No, it's just that's all you say. It's the dumbest shit ever. It's I don't get it, bro. The reason why is that all you got to say? The first tweet you tweeted me today, or last night when you finally unblocked me because you pussed out. You're a big fucking pussy.
I didn't puss out. You were the one that didn't want to talk, my dude. I reposted the logs.
Blocking people and then tweeting about them is a pussy move. And I'll tell
do you know why I blocked you? It's because when I woke up today after I tweeted you this morning, I unblocked you because I was curious. I had over 2,000 fucking things in my ad because you sit there and tweet for hours, dude. How are you going to tell me it's not true that I don't have over 2,000 things in my fucking mentions?
I'll tell you. As soon as you let me talk, I'll tell you.
Okay.
So you tweeted me last night, and then I went and checked it, and you had me unblocked.
The thing that No Bullshit doesn't know is that Destiny shows everything of his life on stream. So his chat that's watching has spent the last 5 hours with Destiny scrolling through Twitter, showing them all of this. So when Destiny references that, the people watching live know what he's referencing. So yeah, No Bullshit was blowing up his mentions with thousands of ats.
Before I even replied to you.
Yeah, I know. I unblocked you before because I know you'd be mad if you were still blocked.
But you just said you unblocked me after you got the notifications to try and check them out, so you're lying. You're a fucking liar.
I didn't say that. I said I unblocked you right after I tweeted you.
Bro, you're a liar, man. You're also into incest, and you want to fuck your kids. I'm sorry, bro. It's sad.
Okay. So anyway, I'm sorry that I didn't know that the fat thing hurt your feelings so much. That's okay.
No, it doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm just okay. I think it's funny how you bring it up every time we've talked in the last 6 months. Well, not that it's been that many times, but there's a few tweets. You tweeted me today. The first thing you said in this debate was I'm grossly overweight. Is that all you got, bro?
Yeah. So the reason why I bring this up isn't to make fun of you necessarily for being fat. It was to make fun of you for being stupid. Because when I asked you to give me an example,
you calling me fat over and over again is trying to make fun of someone for being fat.
No, it's not. It's not. When I asked you to give me a single example of a way that you buck societal trends, the one thing that you could give me was an example of you being a slave to advertising. It's very ironic. That's why I make fun of you for the fat comment. It is.
No, I could give other examples. I just didn't.
Because you didn't have a single one. You speak English to me right now. You watch shows that are popular in society today.
The fact is that conservatives cannot debunk the idea that every human is a product of the society they were raised in, and that we ought to do things to improve that society that raises people. Because conservatives believe this is true. It's a big part of what their arguments are with why we should ban trans drag shows or whatever, right? They know that's the case, but they need to argue against it in cases like this where their argument is against, representation having value. They need to pretend like it has no effect when on other topics they acknowledge it has a significant impact.
Because you say I didn't have one doesn't mean I didn't have one. You're dumb.
Okay, so you did have better examples you could have given.
I could, yeah,
but you
cut me
didn't.
off.
Instead, you chose to make something up about being overweight when you're actually not.
Yeah, I was just saying I'm a fat ass, and it was like the first example I thought of. Who gives a shit? Why do you dwell on it?
I'm not. I just thought it was a funny answer.
We said so many other things in the debate, and all you got is, "Oh, you're fat."
No, we did say a lot of other things. You said that that black people get policed more because they drive in cars with their guns hanging out. I remember that one too.
You're so dumb, man.
Do you not remember that quote? I can pull you up a video quote of that as well if you forgot that one.
If you want, I mean, I know you like Googling stuff and bringing up quotes and make people try to make them look bad. It just makes you.
Oh, I know you love bringing up quotes and Googling things. Oh, he really does not do himself justice, or the entire political group he associates with.
Dude, if your quotes make you look bad, that's on you, dog. It's not on me. I'm sorry.
No, dude, it's your show. Your show is terrible. You just sit there Googling stuff. No one cares. You're giving away fucking
Does it bother you when you argue with people that actually know what they're talking about? Is that like...
You don't know.
Oh, man.
You just call people fat and defend incest. That doesn't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, so
you want to get to pro-incest? You want to start defending incest?
Yeah, let's do an ethics discussion. Sure thing. So we're going to start...
Ethics discussion with a college dropout.
Yeah,
fucking rich.
Let's do it, dude. All right, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Tell me why incest is cool. Why
no, that's not how it works. We're gonna start from a morally neutral position. So that means we pass.
No, I want you to tell me why incest is cool.
I don't have to defend why incest is cool. You have to tell me why incest is wrong, right?
No, I don't.
Yes, because every action by default starts as morally neutral.
Get ready for one of the best arguments of all time on the entire internet.
You're the one that has to make the argument for why something should be wrong.
Is Destiny pro-incest, or is this a straw man? All right, I'm going to break down the thought argument Destiny's about to make, though he's probably going to do it better than I can. So, there are a lot of things that we recognize as bad morally, but when challenged in an argument to explain why it's bad, we kind of fumble and don't find the words for it, because it's just kind of always been it's always been a truth we've followed without really questioning it, because in large part our emotions also drive that truth, and incest is a good example. Most of us are obviously grossed out by incest. I certainly am, and I imagine most of you are, unless... Bust out your Pornhub search history, boys. Anyway, most people have a pretty emotionally revulsive reaction to incest. And we also have a pretty strong opinion societally that incest is wrong. But when challenged on why, in a vacuum, incest is wrong, it kind of all falls apart. You can give a bunch of examples of scenarios where an incestuous relationship can have harmful outcomes, but I can give you plenty of examples where there are no harmful outcomes that are tangible in any way. And in that case, why would it be wrong? That's the question that Destiny is asking. And he'll explain in the debate, why it's being asked. It's basically an ethics argument.
You're so dumb, bro. You think these fucking stupid little sentences make you sound smart? Talking a lot and being fast talker doesn't make you smart. You're just doing that little pitter-patter shit you do with everyone.
Okay. I'll speak a little bit slower for you, okay? Hold on. Listen to me very carefully.
Speed.
No, I understand.
You keep talking and you don't let people talk, and then you say so many things that people can't respond to you because you said 5 different false things in a sentence. That's what you do every time.
Can you name one false thing I just said?
Steven,
can you name one false thing I just said?
Tell me why.
Can you name one false? You just made an accusation of me. Can you name one false thing that I just said?
I mean, you called me fat 100 times on Twitter today. Okay. It was the first thing you said.
So in this conversation right now, where you said that I say 100 million false things, whatever, you can't name a single...
Blah, 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 blah. I'm dumb. I'm Steven. I have fucking stupid fans.
Okay, so you made that up. Okay, so let me say this again.
No, I didn't make it up. Everyone knows you do that. Everyone says it on YouTube. You're the laughing stock of YouTube.
Okay, I'll use smaller words. Okay, and I'll try to speak.
It's not about the size of the words. It's about you.
There was this time where I heard Destiny mentioned once or twice before I discovered his content, but his name didn't stick until after, it was just randomly it hit me. Huh. That was in reference to Destiny. When those memories just came back to me. Not the game, the streamer. There were people like Rags, for example. I have a distinct memory of Rags back in 2017 shit-talking Destiny in a video about how he loses every debate that he does. And I was like, I remembered that, after the fact, and I was like, conservatives were shit-talking this guy a lot back in the day and trying to, discredit his popularity because they see popularity as a valid, what validates your beliefs and your existence on the platform.
pitter-pattering and just going on and droning on and blah, 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 blah. I'm Steven. I try to sound smart, but I'm not.
Okay.
You're not, bro.
Stop me when you disagree with something I say, okay?
Tell me why incest is good.
Stop me when you disagree with something I say, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Most actions are morally neutral. That
Wrong.
means... Okay. Tell me what you disagree with there.
Actions have consequences. Incest is wrong because you're fucking your family, dude. You want to fuck your kids? That's messed up, dude. You think that's right? You're a fucking crazy person.
Okay, so I don't disagree with what you said. You said that actions can be wrong.
So, he is currently struggling a lot to understand the fundamental idea of arguing the ethics of an action from a basic framework, isolating that action into a vacuum and trying to evaluate the immoral implications of committing that action. He can't engage with it. He freaks out every time Destiny tries to start the line of dialogue. It's impressive how, like, close-minded he is. It really is.
Wrong if they have bad consequences. That's true. That's valid. Okay.
So are we talking about incest or are we talking about actions? You just want to like sidetrack it and not talk about your pro-incest stance because you like to, kind of muddy the waters? Is that what it is?
So right now I'm trying to establish an understanding that, or I'm trying, hold on, I'm sorry, let me think of another way to say this. I'm trying to make it so that you understand, okay, that the onus is on you. That means that it is your prerogative, or it is in your interest to tell me why an action.
And not even an insulting way. Destiny realizes how stupid who he's talking to is, and just starts explaining to it like he's talking to a 5-year-old. Like he's genuinely talking to him like he's a 5-year-old, and it's not dumbed down enough. That's not far enough. He hasn't gone far enough. He needs to dumb it down more.
Is bad. Okay, so
no. Okay. You invited me to a debate. You said, come on my show. I'm going to take a stance that's pro-incest. So you make an opening statement that's pro-incest.
Okay. Here is my opening pro-incest statement then, okay? I'm sorry.
Great.
Tell me if
so you're speaking in support of incest.
Sure. So
on Twitch,
okay. Yep.
2,000
on
people
Twitch.tv,
watching,
yep,
supported by blue microphones,
yep,
pro-incest speech. Let's hear it.
So my opening statement would be that I would say that incest is a morally neutral action like any other sexual activity, assuming no one else is getting hurt. Now, you must tell me why it is a moral wrong to commit incest or whatever. Go.
Well, because, parents manipulating their kids into having sex with them is a fucked up power dynamic and it's going to mess up their heads.
Okay, I don't disagree with that. What about siblings having sex with each other?
Same situation. Older sibling manipulating the younger sibling.
Okay, so what if you have two siblings that are over the age of consent? You have a sibling that's 19 and a sibling that's 20 years old. Do you think it's permissible for them to engage in incest?
No, because the older one could be grooming the younger one from a young age when they're kids.
What if there's no grooming involved? What if they've never had any sexual activity involved whatsoever until they reach college age? They're 19 and 20.
I mean, we could play what ifs all day. I'm sure you could find a little niche situation where incest is okay, but
Is that the pizza? Or is that the taste of the biggest fumble I have ever witnessed? That was just the most telegraphed fumble. He had like 5 straight seconds of speaking to cut himself off from saying that, too. That's the entire argument Destiny's making. There you go.
Oh, so you agree? Did you just say incest? You can find situations where incest is okay? Do you agree or disagree with that? Because that's what you just said. You just said that you can find...
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Well, then can you explain to me in this niche situation, can you tell me why incest would be wrong with a 19 and a 20-year-old? Because it sounded like you said there were situations where it could...
The funny thing, too, is Destiny's not pro-incest. Destiny doesn't believe that even in the scenarios he gives in which no harm is caused by incest, that it's good. Because if you allow that, then it may encourage the other abusive kinds. So, he's not even in favor of incest. He's just trying to get no bullshit to argue with the premise. But he can't. He's physically incapable.
Be okay.
No, it sounded like you like to jump on people and tell them what they said. Don't tell me what I said, Steven. I know what I said.
Okay, what you said exactly was, I'm sure you could find niche situations...
No, don't tell me what I said. Don't tell me what I said. That's not how you host a show.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tell me if you agree or disagree with this. Did you not just say, I'm sure you can find niche situations...
You can't not do it, bro.
You're not allowed to reiterate what I've said. That's the rules of the debate I've now set up. You can't ask if I meant something that I said. There's no irony here. There's no irony. This was like a nuke going off on the back of the anti-SJW right-wing sphere back then.
if this is what you said, so I
You
can
are
understand.
the worst host ever.
I'm just asking if this is what you said. I'm just
No,
asking.
don't ask. Let's talk.
Okay.
Don't tell me what I
Do
said.
you think that there are niche situations where incest is okay?
I don't. You do.
Oh, okay. So then, can you tell me if you have a 19 and a 20-year-old who have not been grooming each other or sexually involved whatsoever, who are in school, they're school age, they're in college, maybe they're dorming together, what would be morally wrong about them engaging in incest for a 19 and a 20-year-old?
I mean, there's lots of things that could go wrong. You could have a bad pregnancy, could kill the woman. You could have
Okay, what if they use protection?
kids.
Plenty of people use protection. It's very common these days.
Protection's not 100%.
What if they're gay? It's two men, a 19 and a 20-year-old guy.
Like I said, I mean, I know you like to find these little niche situations, but dude, you're not proving that incest is right by like picking out.
He can't handle it. He can't do it. He can say it, but he can't think it. It's insane. It's like his mouth is moving, but his brain's not doing anything.
Gay siblings that never met each other and didn't groom each other.
My goal isn't to prove that incest is right. My goal is to say that it's a morally neutral action. The onus is on you to prove that it is a moral wrong. Right now,
I already
you haven't.
did that.
What? Okay, not really. You haven't really spoken to incest being a moral
You said
wrong.
you agreed with me. You said power. You said the power
I agree about
dynamics
power
and
dynamics,
grooming.
but that's not unique to incest. Power dynamics exist in normal relationships as well. That's why you don't have professor-student relationships. That's why you don't have employee-employer relationships.
You're so dumb, bro. You should have stuck in college, man. You should have stayed in college.
Okay, do you understand that power dynamics are not unique to incestual relationships?
Sure. Do you understand that that doesn't matter? And the fact that you can try and find some niche situation where you think incest is okay, that doesn't make incest okay. That's just you being a little fucking pussy ass nitpicking bitch.
So it sounds to me like you don't have an argument against incest then. You actually don't.
I already told you my argument. You just ignored it.
No,
I told you. You agreed with me.
You spoke about power dynamics. You said that if there are unbalanced power dynamics in any sexual relationship, it's probably unhealthy, and I agree with that. But you didn't give me an argument.
So that's why incest is wrong.
But not all incestual relationships necessarily have power dynamics. What about twin?
What Destiny's doing right now is trying to isolate incest to its own thing. Because people keep bringing up examples that, even if there wasn't incest involved, would be abusive and bad regardless. So you need to just get an incestuous pairing that is on its own and determine the moral good or badness of that on its own. Not, well, what if it's pedophilic? And it's like, well, pedophilia is already bad, whether it's incest or not. That's not what we're arguing about here. We already agree on that.
Have to prove.
Well, no bullshit doesn't agree with us on pedophilia being bad. You know, we know the law. We know the law. The pedocon law is very clear.
How every single like situation you bring up is wrong. In general, overall, incest is bad.
Okay,
that's the
but
point.
you do, because you're making an argument.
No, I don't. You say I do, doesn't make it true. You're a dumbass who didn't even go to college, bro. You can't even graduate from college. You don't know shit about debate.
So your argument was
that you're dumb and you're a terrible host.
Your argument was that all incest is bad, and then you started talking about power dynamics, which isn't present in every incestuous relationship. So now I'm asking you to go further, because you haven't proven to me that you think incest is bad. I'm starting to think you might be a secret incest supporter.
Why don't you prove why incest is good? That's your stance.
I don't have to prove why anything is good. It's not how society works.
Why not?
Let's say that I have a fidget spinner and I like fidgeting and I like spinning it in my hand. I don't have to prove that that's a good action for me to do it. It could be morally neutral.
So why do you want to have a debate about incest, but you don't want to prove anything?
I don't have to prove that it's a morally righteous action. That's not how we do things.
In moral ethics, the way things are typically done is you take an idea, and whoever is attacking that idea, the onus is on them to make the argument, and for the person defending the idea to be the second one to respond. So, yeah, no bullshit who's come on a Destiny's show should be the one attacking incest and explaining why it's bad, and Destiny should be explaining why his attacks against it are not good attacks. And that's what Destiny's trying to do. But no bullshit is incapable of explaining why incest is bad. He can't do it.
Society, you can do things for fun that aren't morally righteous. Yes, it is.
Dude, you're so dumb, man.
I'm sorry. Can you tell me what part of that statement you didn't understand, and I can slow down a little bit? And
well, I don't understand. It's not about smaller words. It's about your pitter-patter. You ramble on about nothing.
What do you think I'm rambling on about? Because everything I've said so far has been pretty clear and concise.
No, it hasn't. You don't know what you sound like. You sound like a fucking idiot.
Okay, can you tell me what I just said that sounded like a fucking idiot?
I think you sound like an idiot because your voice is dumb. You have a stupid little show on Twitch where you stream 8 hours a day and you're just looking at the chat. You're not even fucking talking to your audience. You're just like reading fucking, I don't know, emails. That's why I think you're dumb, bro. I think you're dumb because...
What does that have to do with the incest argument?
Your YouTube channel is garbage. No one watches it. You don't even edit your own videos. You put up this long crap that no one watches. Like, bro, you're not an intellectual power.
You don't even edit your own videos. Ah, yes. Editing your own videos, a very clear sign of having made it on YouTube and having tons of money and views and success. Editing your own videos. Totally.
Powerhouse. You're a fucking idiot.
What's name something in this argument so far that you've disagreed with, or that you think was wrong or stupid? Because you've said idiot so many times.
I think incest is wrong.
But you haven't given me any arguments against incest. You've only given me arguments against imbalanced power dynamics.
I did give you arguments against incest. You just keep saying I didn't.
What were they?
And now we're trying to you're trying to repeat it and bring it back and oh my god, we got so far away. I forgot, so everyone else forgot. No, I already fucking did it, bro.
The only argument that you gave me that I heard was imbalanced power dynamics, which can exist in all sexual relationships. That's not unique to incest, and something about women getting pregnant and dying during pregnancy, even though we've got birth control and homosexual relationships don't have to deal with this issue. So you haven't actually given me a single thing against incest itself.
Yeah, I did. Those are against incest.
But those are against every possible relationship. Those aren't unique to
incest. That doesn't mean that it doesn't have to be unique to incest.
Okay, but you said that all incest is wrong. I can give you several scenarios.
I didn't say all incest is wrong either.
Oh,
on several levels, wow. Just wow on so many levels.
You do think there are then that means that why did you disagree with my earlier statement? You think that there are times when incest is an okay thing.
No, I don't. You keep telling me what I think and what I say. You're doing it again, bro.
Okay,
you
I'm sorry.
Stop.
So I'm asking you.
All you do is tell people what they think and what they say.
I'm just giving you the logical consequences of your statement.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just trying to frame people up and put words in their mouth because you're a fucking pussy. You can't make your own points.
So earlier,
you won't even make a point. You're like, I don't have to make my point. You make your point. You invited me on the
Remember, guys, back then, getting angry and loud in a debate, instant lose. The instant you got mad or angry in a debate, you've lost the debate, especially back then. No bullshit, lost the debate the second he started getting mad.
Show, and you can't even make a fucking point, dude. What kind of show is this?
Can you tell me? I don't understand how these two statements can coexist. You said that I think that all
because you don't understand shit. You're a dumbass motherfucker.
Okay, so you said that. Okay, so
that's what you do whenever you make fun of me. You're like, oh no bullshit. He's like saying this. He doesn't want to come on the show. I'm Destiny, and I'm fucking loser.
So earlier, you said that you think that there's no time when incest is permissible. You said that, right? Do you agree with that, or do you disagree with that?
I didn't say that, bro. Why do you keep trying to tell me what I say? Here's how hosting a show works. You ask a question, you listen to what they say. Try it. Try it sometime.
I'm trying. I thought you...
Is no bullshit forgetting this is live streamed and will be recorded and uploaded? Because at times it feels like he's forgetting that this is being watched by thousands of people.
Said that there's no time when you support incest.
A big part of what gave Destiny the upper hand was that so many of these content creators made prepared content, and he made live content, so he had the live support of his entire audience and being used to being on live format, while these YouTubers that made their scripted grift videos fell apart when confronted in person and having to go off the cuff just don't sound as good or sound nearly as smart without their editing or their script writing.
Said you'd never support incest, right?
I didn't say that. No, you're just being fucking stupid.
Okay, so then there are...
It also just gives them a general fish out of water feeling that kind of makes them feel like they're not on their home turf. And that was a big benefit Destiny had back then against these people.
Times that you support
Do you want
incest?
to start over, Steven? Because I know you lose track and you like to read your emails and get Twitter messages and stuff. Do you want to start over?
Wait,
you want to start over, big guy?
Are there times when you support incest or not?
I think incest is wrong, and I told you why it's wrong. If you forgot, you forgot, bro. I'm sorry this whole show hosting thing is too much pressure for you.
Okay. Do you want to get out a pen and paper, and I can walk you through why the statement you're making is irrational? Do you want to try that, or?
A pen and paper? Oh, you want to talk down to me, Destiny? Are you the smart guy? You're a big old smart guy, aren't you?
So you're trying to say that A is wrong, okay? Incest is wrong, okay? But then when you give me arguments, you're not giving me arguments against A or incest. You're giving...
It's like he has to say no to every claim Destiny makes. He can't agree to a single thing he says. So Destiny will say, "Do you believe this?" And then he'll say no. And Destiny will say, "Okay, so you believe this?" And he'll say no. And he'll say, "So you believe that?" And go back to the first thing. And he'll go no. And so he'll say, "Okay, so you do believe this?" And go back to the second thing again. And he'll say no all over again. And it's just back and forth over and over and over.
Giving me arguments for a different topic that applies to some of A. So, for instance, you say that
You're so
incest.
Dumb.
You
You
say
don't
that
get it.
you
You
say,
don't
I don't.
It's the Sargon smuckle. If you watch Demon Mama, you know about the conservative chud smuckle. It's the nervous chuckle that conservatives do when they want to feel like they sound like they've got it all together when they're losing. Sargon does it very notoriously. No bullshit as well. The Quartering has it as well.
I know. Help me, dude. I'm trying to understand, man. I'm trying to understand.
Okay. Let's for example.
Okay.
Let's say I can give you a separate example.
Yeah, sure.
I've gotten this before.
Okay.
So a lot of people say,
chuckle.
okay, there's these alt-right SJWs that share traits with regular SJWs, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
This is
they
called
say
horseshoe theory. Yeah.
Yeah, they say something like, "Oh, this person gets triggered a lot, so this person gets triggered a lot." But you can't connect those two groups just because they have similarities. Doesn't mean
So if you're wondering why he said alt-right SJWs there, it's because back then, there was unironically, this was like the start of the schism and the fall of the right wing, when people were starting to use the term right-wing SJW to describe crazy right-wingers that were going off the handle. And eventually that term fell out of favor because, like, right-wing SJW, the implication was an SJW is just someone who freaks out and gets angry. So there's left-wing and right-wing SJWs, and they're the ones that freak out and get angry. That was like the perception back then.
they're separate.
You mean similar?
Yeah, they're not like you can have a shared trait and it still apply. Like you say, oh, this isn't exclusive to incest. It doesn't have to be exclusive to incest.
No,
That's
the problem, I'm sorry, the problem isn't that it's exclusive to incest. The problem is that it doesn't encompass all of incest. There's a big
Well, it
logic
doesn't
out
have
there.
to.
But it does, because you're giving the arguments against
No, it
incest.
doesn't.
You said,
No, it doesn't.
You said
you say it does because you're dumb.
Okay.
And you don't get it.
You say.
Like, okay, let's say murder. Let's say we're talking about murder instead of incest, right?
Okay.
So murder is wrong.
I don't agree with that.
Murder is always wrong because murder is killing someone who's innocent for no reason than to kill them. I assume he means killing and not murder, because murder itself is like the designation of it's a crime designation. Murder is always wrong. Killing is not murder. Murder is a type of killing that itself is always morally wrong. We've got a word for it. Murder's like the worst kind of killing. Like, when someone deserves to be murdered, we call it an assassination. Like, let's say there's a dictator somewhere who's, like, responsible for the deaths of millions, and we send in some guys to, like, kill him in his sleep. That's not murder. We don't call it murder. We call it an assassination. We use these words for a reason, but, yeah. If we're having a conversation about killing, obviously, you know, you shoot somebody who's coming into your house to kill you, and you kill them. Totally morally justifiable, in my opinion. Killing someone by running them over on the street because they were in your way, that's murder. And is always wrong.
Statement, but you can make that if you want.
There are also different types of murder. We've got first-degree murder, second-degree murder, third-degree murder. We've got, like, manslaughter charges for, like, going down a tier. But, like, first-degree murder is when you planned it out and it was premeditated and you had many, many opportunities to decide, nope, I'm not going to do the murder. Second-degree murder is, I think, when, like, you kind of prepared, like, let's say you went into the house, grabbed a weapon, and then immediately went and killed someone. And like, third-degree murder is, like, literally crime of passion. Like, you just flew off the handle and did it. Like, you didn't premeditate it. It happened in the moment. There were no plans, and it was over in a flash kind of thing.
Okay, so you don't think murder's wrong?
No, because I think that there are times where killing another person is permissible. And
Okay. Destiny means killing. And so does no bullshit. Murder and killing, not the same thing. Destiny knows that, I'm sure, but I don't think no bullshit does. I bet no bullshit thinks murder and kill mean the same word.
acts of war, maybe, or self-defense, or euthanasia, or whatever. I think you can make legitimate arguments for those things.
So that's your whole theory about incest, because you can find little niche situations that you think it's okay.
Once
you think
again,
all of incest is okay.
I never said that. I don't think that killing.
He's once again. He just keeps. Oh my God! The self owns. It's insane how many times he says you can find situations where incest is okay, and just says that, and then continues on with his argument. It's insane.
Somebody for no reason or killing somebody to take their possessions is okay.
So do you think incest is okay?
Well, in general, we're not really talking about incest. We're talking about power dynamics in relationships, and we're talking about, potential.
So you
for
don't want
abuse
to
and
answer
whatnot.
that. You don't want to answer it.
Well, I don't think all incest is okay, no. But I think that there might
So
be
do you
like
think
niche
no
situations where it's morally ambiguous or irrelevant.
So you think those morally ambiguous situations justify incest?
When you say, what do you mean by justify incest?
Well, I mean, like, if we were talking about murder and you said this situation, this person defended themselves, murder's okay. So in general, murder's okay now.
No, that's not how that works. I said that I wouldn't make a statement on all of murder, right? That you would have different criteria for different situations. So self-defense, where you're like,
Well, the argument I would make is that killing is morally neutral. You have to consider it on a case-by-case basis with a moral analysis, which is why our founding fathers said you have to have a jury of your own peers to determine your innocence or guilt and what sentence you'll get here in America. That's kind of what our founding fathers thought too. Not that revolutionary of an idea, believe it or not.
Life is threatened. In that case, murder is okay.
Well, it's revolutionary,
right? When these
but not
criteria
that
have been met. If your life is threatened, then you have to defend yourself.
So you're not really taking a pro-incest take. You're just trying to say, in certain niche situations, incest is okay.
Yeah, wow!
Yes, you need to be judged by a jury of your own queers, yes.
Oh, yeah, you got it! I'm not actually pro-incest. You got there all on your own, dude. I'm real proud of you. Good job.
Well, you said this was a pro-incest debate.
No, I said I was going to make arguments in favor of parts of incest.
No,
I'm not going to sit here and defend all incest to you. Do you think I'm going to defend?
What you said.
Do you think I'm going to defend incest between like a 45-year-old father and like a 10-year-old daughter? That's indefensible. Of course, it's horrible. But we're not talking about incest there. That's not why it's wrong. A 45-year-old dad having sex with a 10-year-old daughter isn't wrong because it's incest. It's
So
wrong
I guess
because
I
it's
won.
No, not really. It's wrong because a
I proved
45.
incest is wrong, and you agreed.
So do you think that a 45-year-old man having sex with a 10-year-old girl that isn't his daughter? Do you think that's okay?
I don't know about your random question, but I'm going to go ahead and say you admitted that incest is wrong.
No, I never said that. I said that we're not talking about incest.
So it's not wrong. So it's not wrong.
I'm saying that it's almost irrelevant.
It's irrelevant whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah. Give me an example where you think
So
it's wrong.
So you don't care. You don't care if people do incest.
Give me an example and I'll answer it.
You don't want to answer that?
Not really. I don't think so. Morally,
No Bullshit is also, as you can tell, very desperate to get a dub from this conversation. This was during the peak of the blood sports era of online debate. And so whenever you'd go into one of these live stream debate types, it was all about, type things. It was all about trying to get as many epic owns on your opponent as possible. And Destiny did this effectively without even trying. But people like No Bullshit and a lot of these chud types just were not equipped to do so because all of their talking points and all of their knowledge were from like YouTube videos and like right-wing articles they'd covered and their scripted videos. They'd never truly been challenged in their positions. And Destiny reads articles. He spends like half of his time on stream reading news articles about current events and politics. So if somebody has an opinion that's pro-Trump and they went onto his show, they were going to have to answer for Trump's policies, the effects, and what experts think of Trump's policies. And these YouTubers were not prepared for that kind of conversation. They got blown the fuck out every time.
I don't think it's relevant. Give me an example.
So you're cool with that it's not immoral to do incest?
Give me an example, and we could talk about it.
Okay. Mother's sleeping with her 13-year-old son.
Okay, so when a 30-plus-year-old woman is sleeping with a 13-year-old boy, it's not wrong because it's incest. It's wrong because it's, you could argue, statutory rape, but it's wrong because you've got a very old person who's taking advantage of a very young person more often than not, right? It's not wrong because it's incest. Even if these people were unrelated, this would be an unhealthy sexual relationship.
Well, it's not wrong because it's incest, just because there's other factors.
Sure, but you haven't made any of those arguments because you keep conceding that there are situations where incest might be okay, which means that you're...
No, I didn't concede that. That was your argument. I was just identifying your argument.
Okay, then two twins are in college and they want to have sex with each other and they're both men. Tell me why that's wrong. Now you have to attack incest itself. You can't give me another excuse like power dynamics or something else. Tell me why it would be wrong.
The gay college twins argument is truly unassailable.
For two 21-year-old boys to have, or men or whatever, to have sex with each other, they're dorming together in college, that are twins.
Because it's just psychologically damaging.
What if
it's not good to sleep?
What do you mean psychologically damaging? So you ran out of real arguments now?
No, that's an argument. I mean, it messes up your head if you sleep with siblings. There's
Why?
no denying that.
Okay.
So you think if you had sex with your sibling, it wouldn't mess you up in the head?
I don't.
Is there even data on that? Like, I think it would probably fuck me up. I don't have any siblings. But I feel like it would scar me. I'd probably need some therapy, but presumably engaging in consensual sex by both parties won't lead to that? Because I'm assuming they wouldn't have the same hang-ups? That just sounds like it's completely made up. Like the most, I'm just pulling shit out of my ass and hoping I hit a bullseye type thing possible. He's spraying and praying.
I don't really know. I don't really think about it that much.
You have siblings?
Yeah, but I don't really like my siblings. I don't think I would sleep with them.
Let's say you did have sex with one of your siblings. Do you think that would not mess you up in the head?
Probably not. I don't really care that much.
So you wouldn't care about having sex with your sibling?
I mean, I don't think I would do it because I don't really like them like that.
So you're admitting that you're cool with having sex with your sibling?
Not really. I just said like 3 times that I wouldn't do it because I don't really.
But it wouldn't bother you in the head. You'd be like, if you were attracted to them, it wouldn't psychologically damage you. You'd be cool with it.
No, probably not.
So there is psychological issues.
No, I'm sorry. Let me be more clear. I said no, it wouldn't give me like problems. I don't know why you think it would give me problems in my head.
Well, I mean, I could explain it to you, but
yeah, explain it to me.
I mean, most psychologists would probably agree.
Really? Can you think of any
Most psychologists. We're off to a fantastic start, boys.
Any printed literature that agrees with you? Any studies, anything like that agrees that two people engaging in a consensual ancestral relationship have problems in their head?
So you want sources? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just a single study or a single.
You want me to cite a source? Otherwise, I'm wrong, right?
Well, no.
You
Otherwise,
you're spot, and they're like, "Oh, give me a link." Or
by the way, this was back when none of these people even considered that you should cite sources in videos, and that fact that Destiny brought sources to the table and links and expected his opponents to provide links and sources to their claims, unthinkable. Unfucking thinkable to these people back then. And the audience, too.
you're wrong. Fucking dumb, dude. We're having a discussion. Don't start asking for fucking sources. I didn't ask you for sources.
That's because I don't think I've made a claim. We're talking pretty much philosophy.
The internet blood sports sphere of right-wing content creators genuinely reacted this way to the idea of bringing up links and sources during debates. That was the state of online politics back then.
I don't think I've made a claim that needs a source yet. Can you think of a single claim I've made that needs a source?
You don't think much. You're just fucking talk.
Okay, so can you think of a single statement I've made that needs a source?
Yeah, where's the source that says a gay couple or gay twins, whatever, having sex in college wouldn't psychologically damage them? Where's the source?
I don't think there's been a study on that. But you're the one that made the...
Well, if you make a claim about something, you have to defend that claim, not the other way around.
Affirmative. You said that there are studies that show that it will mentally fuck you up. I don't think there have been studies like that. I've never heard of that before.
I've never said there were studies.
Okay, you made it sound like, I think you said every psychologist would say that would like mentally or psychologically mess you up. Did you not say that?
No, I didn't say that, man. You need to work on your listening.
Wait, so
you're
you're
like hosting
saying...
a show and you don't even know what people say, and then you tell them what they say and you put words in their mouth. You're a fucking terrible host. Dude.
Wait, can I get a clip of you saying that? Will you listen to that if I give you a clip of you saying that also?
And then will you admit you're wrong if you misquoted me?
Yeah, sure. Hey, can you guys clip that for me? All right, hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna...
Take your time, bro. I know this is what you do. You like to Google stuff. And
I'm not like Googling. Why do you get so upset that people take your words and hold you accountable to them? Does that really bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. You bother me. You do it like a little dickhead. That's all you do. That's your whole show. You bring people on for debates, and then you try to like fucking put words in their mouth the whole time. That's all you do, man.
Every time
even listen.
Every time I've quoted something that you've said, like back at you, you get...
Remember, guys, to this day, people like this despise having the things they've said in the past thrown back at them and being forced to defend it. Particularly these grifters that just shotgun off the most insane bullshit in their videos for views and watch time. And there's a reason why the Quartering stopped doing debates. The Quartering's last debate was with Destiny, and he got blown out so fucking hard. This was back in like 2020, I think, 2019. He stopped doing debates. The Quartering used to try do debates and try to argue that he could like epically own lefties and stuff. Not anymore. He tried like 2 or 3 debates with Destiny, got owned each time. Literal memes came out of the stupid shit the Quartering said. And he stopped doing debates, as did many of these conservative chud types.
Like really upset about it.
Because you misquote me every time.
Can you think of a single
video?
The Quartering also ran away from a debate with me after agreeing to one. Yep, multiple times.
Can you...
The first quote, the first quote, you were talking about the Lord of the Flies video I made, and you said something about all women. I said all women are terrible or something, and it was not what I said at all.
You said that women wouldn't survive a single day because they're catty and they can't get together and build shit. Wait, what do you think I misquoted there?
You just misquote all the time, bro. There's too many times.
Wait, what did I misquote there? In that one example, what do you think I misquoted?
Are you looking up this one? Are you looking up this one?
Yeah, somebody in chat's looking it up.
Okay, you got your little minions on it, your little loser fans.
So can you tell me what I misquoted you there insofar as the Lord of the Flies thing went? What did I misquote or misrepresent?
It was like 30 minutes ago.
Cut to No Bullshit's channel, hasn't uploaded in 2 years, completely dead. He's lost like 1/4 of his sub count since he went inactive from YouTube sub purges of inactive and bot follow accounts.
I can't remember it word for word. I'm not going to misquote you misquoting me.
So you can't even remember what we were talking about 30 minutes ago? Maybe you should just stick to YouTube and like pre-recorded formats then, if discussion is too difficult.
Can you remember what you said at the beginning of this,
word
for word?
Not word for word, but I remember that you said that I misquoted you. We watched the video together.
And that wasn't what you quoted me as.
It pretty much was exactly that,
No, see, you act like you remember, but you're wrong.
We literally stopped on a clip of you saying that you've seen women in these reality TV shows, and then it's about a woman in some reality TV show saying that I can't go on. I've been working for 2 hours or whatever. Pretty much exactly. Wait, so you're saying?
It wasn't.
So you're saying
what
that?
I said.
So you're
you
saying
put
that
words in people's mouths, bro. You're just a fucking.
So you're saying that in your video, you didn't claim that women wouldn't be able to set up a society, that all of them would be too catty, and that on day one there's a society.
I believe the quote was, "Women have never built anything meaningful." I believe was his direct quote, word for word. When have women ever built anything meaningful? I believe is exactly his words.
He would collapse or whatever. You didn't say that.
Can you make any statements for yourself? Besides, all you say is, "Did you say this? Did you say that? Did you say this? Can you say that?"
Well, the problem is that, and this is the same problem I had when I talked with you last time, is that you don't really have like any strong thoughts. Like you're very lost because every time you say something, and then I try to rephrase it or I try to like clarify it, you like run away from it immediately when you realize that what you said was so stupid. Yeah. So let's listen to this clip together, and you can tell me if you said that psychologists say that these types of relationships will fuck you up. I linked you a clip. Let me know when you're ready to start. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
So there is psychological issues.
No, I'm sorry. Let me be more clear. I said no, it wouldn't give me like problems. I don't know why you think it would give me problems in my head.
Well, I mean, I could explain it to you, but
yeah, explain it to me. You were about to say
most psychologists would probably agree.
This fat
really, can you think
always
of any
shifting the burden of proof when he was the one
so you
who
said
made the
most
claim.
psychologists would probably.
The TTS dono ruined it. Fucking TTS dono.
You said most psychologists would probably agree. Can you name
That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
You see why we don't do TTS streams, except for very rare occasions?
Said that most psychologists would probably agree. Do you agree that you said that? So in order to make that statement, you must have seen either a poll or a study or something to lead you to believe that. So I asked you.
So you don't want to admit you were wrong and misquoted me.
What do you think I misquoted?
Well, you said I brought up studies, which I didn't bring up studies.
No, you brought up most psychologists, which implies that you've seen a study.
So you misquoted me then. I didn't say studies. You know what quotes are?
Okay.
It's not implications, they're quotes.
My mistake. So
you
typically,
admit you're wrong.
I admit that I'm not. I need to put my kid gloves on. I'm sorry when I speak with you. Most people.
No, it's not kid gloves. It's admitting you're wrong. So say you're wrong, and then we'll move on.
If somebody said,
you were wrong.
"Oh, I'm wrong, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm totally wrong."
You said,
I'm
"Here's
totally
why you're wrong."
So
here's why you're.
He literally is degraded to the point of demanding that Destiny admit he's wrong in the debate because he's just incapable of arguing. He's angrily screaming, "Admit you're wrong. Admit you're wrong. You're wrong. You're stupid. Admit you're wrong. Do it now, please, please."
I'm going to let you finish, but then I'm still going to explain why you're wrong.
So the problem is that if somebody says something like, most historians say, most doctors say, most psychologists say, when they say that, they're usually referencing some type of polling data or some type of study. So when you said that, I made the assumption that...
Because you're dumb. You assume a lot of things because you're dumb.
Okay, how do you know what most psychologists think if not by studies or polls? Can you explain that to me?
No, I'm going to tell you why you were wrong in misquoting me because you wouldn't let me do it before. So basically, you said first something about studies, which I didn't say anything about studies. First misquote. Second of all, I said all psychologists would agree, which is much different than saying most. So there's 2 reasons you misquoted me.
Okay, most psychologists would agree. So can you
do you admit that that's wrong?
Yeah,
I'll move
sure,
on as soon as
I admit it's wrong. So can you tell me how you know
can you
that?
Stop quoting me and putting words in my mouth?
Can you tell me how how do you know that most psychologists would agree with you? Can you explain that?
Because there's no.
I like everybody in the chat calling him pedantic. Yeah, so basically, the no bullshit guy pulled something completely out of his ass, a claim that having sex with a sibling would probably damage you mentally. Now, it's true that I think most people wouldn't want to do it and would be damaged mentally if they were forced to. I certainly would be. I don't have any siblings, so I don't know, but I'm pretty certain that'd be the case. And, like, if we're talking about a consensual, incestuous couple, then I would doubt there'd be mental, like, harm caused by it. But that aside, he doesn't have any sources to point to. I don't even know if this is something that's been studied. Like, how would you study this? Like, realistically, think about it for a second. How would you study that? Really? How would you study the mental effect of incestuous relationships completely devoid of abuse or manipulation or anything along those lines and study whether or not there's negative outcomes? You couldn't. You couldn't do that study. It doesn't exist. Hi, Holly.
No psychologist is going to encourage incest like
We're not talking about encouraging it. I'm sorry. Whoa.
Yeah, you like it, bro.
No, whoa. Can you name a single time where I've said that I like incest?
You're pro-incest.
You're misquoting me, dude. Can you name it? I haven't said that at all.
You're the one who set up this debate on Twitter.
I haven't said that. No, I did not say that. I never said I'm pro-incest.
You said you were going to take the pro-incest stance.
Ah, there you go. But that's a lot different than being pro-incest.
So you're not pro-incest?
No, I'm not.
So you think incest is wrong?
Never said that. You're the one here making that side of the argument. I'm not going to make your side for you. I said on Twitter that I was going to make.
Why are you not for incest then?
I'm not going to make that argument for you. The onus is on you. You came here to debate that. I'm not going to give you the answer. You still failed to do that though. So I just want an answer to this. I just want an answer to this question. How do you know what most psychologists think if you're not referencing a study or a poll? Can you please tell me?
No, I'm not going to tell you shit.
So you don't. So you just pulled that statement out of your
I mean,
out of
you're
your
not gonna
average
tell me,
BMI ass. That's
you're not gonna tell me why you're against incest. Why should I tell you this? Why should we take?
why would I make your argument for you? Why do you think I would bring
I
you
already
on
made
here?
my argument.
You didn't. You haven't given me a single argument against incest.
That's what
yet.
you keep saying, but I already told you at the beginning. Now you're forgetting what we talked about.
Okay, then I'm sorry because I forget so easily. Can you tell me in like a very clear statement why is incest wrong without talking about power dynamics or pregnancy? Can you tell me why is incest wrong?
What? Why do I have to have those parameters?
Because that's not talking about incest. It's talking about power dynamics, and it's talking about.
You need to understand that people with IQ this low are capable of getting nearly 1 million subs on YouTube and more. Millions of people will listen to them and think them smart people speaking facts. All it takes is a script. That's all it takes is a script to make someone this dumb sound smart, and for millions to hear what they have to say and agree.
Those are factors in incest.
Not always, but I can give you examples where they're not factors.
You're so dumb, dude. You're so dumb, man. You try to like take away parts of my argument before letting me make it. You can't do that.
I'm not trying to take away any part. Okay, so 2 twin men are in college. They're 21 years old,
God,
and they want to have sex.
again.
You can't give me a reason why this is wrong. I think you're pro-incest because you're pro-incest. Can you just admit to me? Can you admit to me that you're
making the anti-incest argument?
Can you admit to me?
You're pro-incest argument.
Yeah. Can you admit to me?
You're sponsored by Blue Microphones.
Yep.
You got 2,000 people on Twitch watching you. Support.
By the way, casually going after Destiny sponsors on stream. Remember when Ethan Klein made his video criticizing Keemstar and everyone shit on him for setting the precedent of going after people's sponsors? And here you have like a popular conservative content creator years before doing exactly that. Conservatives have gone after lefty figures' sponsors for a long time. It's nothing new. It's only like taboo and against the rules when you try to do it to a right-winger. Like, try to get them banned for breaking the rules or a sponsor revoked or something along those lines. Hey, Alec Master.
In pro-incest argue.
Can
I
you?
said there were studies. You're dumb.
Okay, you said you made it.
Everyone thinks you're dumb, bro. Just like everyone laughs at you on YouTube.
Yep.
They make compilation videos about how fucking retarded you are, how you're an autist, how you're tiny and skinny. Fucking loser, bro.
So,
everyone hates you.
Can you tell me why these 2 twin men having sex is morally wrong?
Why do you keep saying that, bro? Oh my god, you're dumb.
I'm gonna repeat it one more time. If you don't have an answer,
Why?
then just because I'm curious what the answer is.
That's all you got?
Yeah, I'm
that's
curious.
all you got. Is a gay random couple that's like never gonna happen. Maybe it's happened like 1 in a million times or something. That's all you got to defend incest.
So can you just say that you're actually then you don't have a problem with incest? Can you say I don't really care about incest? My problem is with power dynamics and with people getting pregnant, I guess. Can you say that at least?
No, why would I say that?
Because you don't have. Then tell me why 2 twin men who are 21 years old in college engaging in sexual activity is morally wrong.
I don't think that's a relevant scenario. Why
How is it not relevant?
The
reason why it's not relevant is because this actually distills the issue down to the incest point, and you can't give an argument against incest. You don't have a single one.
I already made my arguments.
You haven't.
You said I told you power dynamics and birth.
But when no power dynamics are present, when there's not a power differential present, and if they're using protection,
they always are. There's always power dynamics.
Not even in the way.
Twins.
Not.
This is about to degenerate into some of the most incoherent babble from no bullshit you'll have ever heard from a conservative propagandist. I need you to understand, this guy literally got millions of views a month back during his heyday.
Not in the way that we understand them to
one
influence
twin could be
issues.
bigger, one twin could be smarter, one twin could be better.
So do you think that in general, if any person is smarter or bigger than another person, they shouldn't have sex with them?
What?
You just said that because you just said that power dynamics can mean one person is smarter. So you're saying that if one person is smarter than another person...
You see how you're doing it again? When you lose track, you keep telling me what I say. You keep saying, you said this, you said that.
Wait, did you not say that? I thought you just said that one sibling could be smarter.
Does No Bullshit think that Destiny's losing track of the conversation and that's why he's asking No Bullshit to confirm if he said something? Does he not, like, understand the idea of having a thing he said picked apart?
And one sibling could be bigger than the other. Okay,
yeah.
So are you saying that in general, or do you agree that in general...
You need to know, No Bullshit thinks he is winning by a landslide here. No Bullshit thinks he is knocking it out of the park right now.
Smarter or larger people can't have sex with other people that are smaller or less smart?
Why would you... No.
Okay, then why are you bringing these up? Then these aren't relevant points then.
Sure they are. In this situation.
Why?
In this fucking weird hypothetical you keep bringing up, because it's all you got, because you're fucking got nothing here.
So it sounds like you don't actually have an argument against incest.
Yeah, I already gave them to you. I said power dynamics and birth defects.
But when power dynamics aren't present, or when people can't get pregnant, you're okay with incest then?
No, I'm not. I'm still not.
But you can't give an argument against it. You're just not okay with it.
So how many times do I have to tell you the argument until you like stop saying I don't have an argument? Just because you say I don't have an argument doesn't mean I don't.
I just want you to embrace the incest, my dude. It sounds like you're kind of on board with it. I just want you to be honest with yourself.
I'm on board with it.
Yeah.
You're the incest guy,
I just want
bro.
you to be honest with yourself.
You're the one who's defending incest.
I'm not defending anything. I don't have.
From this point on, it just becomes a bully session, and I love it. If I remember correctly, it just becomes Destiny bullying no bullshit from here on out, and I'm all here for it.
You haven't given an argument against it yet.
Why do you keep saying that? Like, do you really not remember what I said?
Yeah, you're giving me general arguments against unhealthy sexual relationships that aren't unique to incest. You're just giving me general things.
They don't have to be unique to incest.
But they do. You have to give me something that makes incest wrong, not some incest wrong.
No, I did give you. Just because you don't understand or you keep saying I don't give you an argument, I gave you the arguments.
Okay.
You're just too dumb to get it.
I'm going to try to work an analogy here, okay? Are you ready? You ready for the ride?
If it's as good as that gay sex one,
okay.
I can't wait.
Let's say that somebody says that interracial relationships...
There's no way he's going to be able to handle another analogy. Really? We can't introduce another neuron to the conversation. He doesn't have that many to spare.
You hear, okay? Are you ready? You ready for the ride?
If it's as good as that gay sex one,
okay.
I can't wait.
Let's say that somebody says that interracial relationships are wrong, okay? So somebody else says, well, I think that interracial relationships are okay. I think that that's morally neutral. I don't think you can say they're wrong. And then the other guy says, well, interracial relationships are wrong because sometimes the white person can have far more power than the black person, right? Or sometimes they might get pregnant and there might be birth defects, right? The other person would say, well, okay, but those aren't unique to interracial relationships, and you can have interracial relationships without those things present. So neither of those arguments are an argument against interracial relationships. If you
also, tons of interracial relationships aren't between like two racial groups that have a massive disparity in socioeconomic power. It's like, for example, a like black and Hispanic person have much less of a socioeconomic gap in like the general racial groups in this country than a black and a white person. So that's not even a good argument against interracial relationships on its own. But I see what he's doing.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are, bro. You just don't get it. You're too dense.
Wait, I'm sorry. How are those arguments specifically against interracial relationships?
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about interrelational relationships. Like, I don't want to get into that. But just because it's not unique to that doesn't mean it's not an argument against it.
But if it's not present...
That's your whole crux.
No.
That's your whole crux, and you're wrong.
If it's not present in all of those types of relationships, then that means that those types of relationships aren't the problem. It's the other thing you're talking about. Like,
no, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that.
For the record, I am like blitzed out of my mind stoned right now, and I am more capable of stringing a sentence together than no bullshit is, presumably sober.
That's not what it means, bro. I'm sorry. Your whole crux is like you're trying to like isolate incest somehow, and you think if you isolate it, you're going to be able to, I don't know, defend it.
Wait, do you think
better,
that interracial relationships are wrong?
I'm not talking about interracial.
Well, I'm just curious. Do you think those are wrong?
No, I don't think that's wrong. I don't even want to get into that.
You don't have a problem with interracial relationships at all?
No.
My favorite thing ever is that one internet comment etiquette video where, of all things, he ends up responding to no bullshit. And he cuts it off once no bullshit starts to JQ. Can I find that clip? I really hope I can find it. So, this is a classic, dude. This is, I believe, the first mainstream YouTuber dunking on no bullshit. This was March 2017. This is before the debate with Destiny. This is a classic clip, dude. I'm so glad I was able to find it. I'm so fucking glad.
Is bullshit by no bullshit.
Unless you're on Tumblr or in some SJW Facebook group, you don't know what to make of all these fake bullshit phrases social justice warriors come up with. Mansplaining, patriarchy, misogyny, heteronormative, gender binary, toxic masculinity, institutional racism.
Off to a great start already.
Mansplaining is a made-up word feminists use to silence men. It's pretty sexist, actually.
Oh, you're talking about men wanting or liking to explain everything like that.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't get it. Is that thing supposed to be who's talking to us? Because that's ridiculous.
My producer, who is a man.
And he's a Jew. Shocker. A Jewish man working for a media company in Manhattan. Doesn't get much more stereotypical
yeah, all
than
right,
that.
That's enough.
I love that clip so much. It's such a good clip.
He's a Jew. Shocker. A Jewish man working for a media company in Manhattan. Doesn't get much more stereotypical
yeah, all
than
right,
that.
That's enough of that. I'm going to leave my comment. I got accused.
That was back when That was back when No Bullshit had much fewer subs and he was more mask off. Oh, I'm so glad I was able to find that clip. It's such a classic. It's such a classic.
Okay.
But you are just being fucking stupid, bro. You don't see how what you're doing? Or are you just being like totally disingenuous?
Okay. Let's say that. Okay, let me try.
If you're a smart guy,
let me try one more analogy. Let me try one more analogy.
We don't need analogy.
Yeah, no, one more. I just want to see if you agree or disagree with this, okay? So let's say that we have cheeseburgers, okay? Let's say that somebody says cheeseburgers are disgusting, right? And then your argument is, well, I don't think cheeseburgers are disgusting. I think they're neutral. In fact, I kind of like cheeseburgers. And then some guy says, okay, well, look at all of these cheeseburgers that have mayonnaise and ketchup on them. These cheeseburgers are disgusting. Therefore, because they have mayonnaise and ketchup on them, they're disgusting. And then you would say, well, no, your problem there is with the mayo and the ketchup, not with the cheeseburger itself. So therefore, you can't logically say that all cheeseburgers are disgusting just because some of them have mayo and ketchup on them. Do you agree or disagree with that? Do you think that's...
I think it's a...
I like how he made it cheeseburgers, something that he'd be able to understand.
Stupid analogy, bro. You need to
okay,
do
but
better.
It's literally a parallel to what we're talking about.
No, it's not.
Okay, let me talk through this. Let me know if you get lost here, okay? So one person says...
Why you gotta talk down, man? You think you're smart, but you're not. You didn't even go to college.
I know, I'm sorry. So one person says... Tell me when you disagree with this. Somebody says, I think...
Let's talk about numbers.
No. We're not getting into numbers. No.
Situation about incest. Like, what percentage do you think of incest falls into these niche situations?
It's not relevant to the...
It is relevant.
It's not, because we're making a philosophical value
No,
on incest.
it's relevant. Tell me what percent.
No. I'll answer this if you listen to this one. I don't know. It's probably
bullshit.
really rare. Less than 1% or whatever. I don't know.
Okay. Less than 1%. I can go with that.
Okay.
And you want to say that since there's a...
What do you think a brain like No Bullshit sees on psychedelics, you know? Like, because I've taken psychedelics a few times, and I see some wild shit that would just break your understanding of reality. And I wonder if a mind so incapable of like, anything as No Bullshits would even be able to react to psychedelics. Take DMT. I've only ever done DMT. I've done DMT like 4 times, and that's the only psychedelic I've done. DMT is like no other. I've heard it's the most powerful one. So yeah, it's the only psychedelic I've done, and it's quite powerful. You see some shit. You see some fractal type shit going on. It kind of... Well, it depends. A lot of the times it kind of just waves everything up and makes everything look pretty, and the lighting gets really interesting, and the room feels weird. But, if you do more than like one hit, it just turns the room into shapes. There's no drug that can make a person this delusional.
Less than 1% niche that the other 99% of incest is cool.
No, I never said that. I've never made that statement ever.
Okay. So you think the other 99% of incest is wrong?
Possibly, but not because it's incest, but because of the other issues we've discussed, like
well,
power
those
dynamics
issues are under the umbrella of this incest.
But they're not, because they're not under the umbrella because they're present in other relationships. So what you just said was wrong. Yeah.
No, dude, you're wrong. You're fucking dumb.
So you don't think power dynamics are in any other type of relationship that's only incest?
Sure they are.
Okay, so then it's not under...
There's mayo and ketchup on other sandwiches,
so
too.
You even get the analogy. So it's not under the umbrella of cheeseburger or under the umbrella of incest. These are things that apply to all relationships or can apply to all relationships. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now, so I'm going to use this. Okay.
You're so dumb, dude.
Somebody says,
He like says, like he's getting somewhere. And then it just immediately goes away. It's like trying to build a sandcastle in the waves.
think that incest or cheeseburgers are all bad, right? That's the argument. And then somebody else says, well, I don't think that incest or cheeseburgers are all bad. And then the other person says, well, incest and cheeseburgers are all bad because some incest has power dynamic problems and bad pregnancies, or some cheeseburgers have ranch and mayo. Then the other person would say, well, your problem then isn't with incest or cheeseburgers. Your problem is with bad power dynamics and bad pregnancies, or bad ketchup or bad mayo. Do you not see the parallel there?
I see how you think, but you're wrong.
Okay, what part of that do you not understand? Or do you think I'm wrong about?
It's like we're talking about, let's stick with the cheeseburger. We're talking about cheeseburger as incest, and you want to just talk about the mayo and the ketchup.
Correct.
But I'm talking about the cheeseburger.
Okay, but the problem is you can't say that cheeseburgers are bad because your problem isn't with the cheeseburger. Your problem was with the mayo and the ketchup. And if you took the mayo and ketchup off, the cheeseburger is okay.
I just think you don't understand how the cheeseburger is also wrong. You're trying to isolate it, but
so you
it's
think
not
that
working.
If somebody says...
You just can't do it. Anyone else get a serotonin boost from watching Zan's streams? I'm having a serotonin D-boost from doing my stream.
cute.
No.
You think it's cute because you're like, oh, I prove that incest is not inherently wrong, and you're just wrong, dude. You're just trying to use this little cute trick, and it's not working.
So if somebody says, I think cheeseburgers are bad because some cheeseburgers have mayonnaise and ketchup on them, that's a valid and sound statement. That you can make that assertion that all cheeseburgers are bad, even the ones that don't have ketchup and mayo.
Well, this comes back to the percentages, because what you're going to talk about is, yeah, it does, because you said that niche is only less than 1%. So we're talking about 99% of cheeseburgers having mayo on them.
Okay, so if most cheeseburgers have mayo on them, then you can say that
99%.
So you can say that all cheeseburgers then are bad, even though if you took the mayonnaise and the ketchup off them, it would be okay.
Well, my argument is that incest is wrong.
Yeah, but you haven't given me an argument against incest or cheeseburgers. You're talking about the condiments. You're talking about other things that aren't intrinsic to those things.
I don't know how many times I could give you the argument, bro. It's like you don't listen. Just because you isolate the argument doesn't mean it's not an argument against incest.
He's incapable of engaging with a philosophical discussion. He can't do it. Every single ideal he has is just he believes it because he believes it. He has no backing for any of the moral philosophy he's based his life on.
You don't understand that?
You haven't given me an argument. Let me...
He is, in fact, an immovable object. He is a wall.
I'll give you an example, okay?
You're just being disingenuous because you don't want to lose the debate. You can't lose in front of your little fans.
The problem is that you haven't given me an argument against incest. You've given me an argument against...
You said that 100 times
and it's still true. You've given me an argument against power dynamics, and you've given me an argument against, like, bad pregnancies. You haven't told me why incest is wrong.
Yeah, that's why. You don't get it.
I don't. Because you haven't given me an argument against incest.
You're a creepy incest-loving loser, bro.
Okay. Why do you talk down to me? Why do you keep talking down to me, dude? You keep calling me stupid.
Because you're low. You're short. You're short and tiny.
I'm not short. I'm actually 6'5", dude. You didn't know that?
Oh, yeah. I've seen pictures of you, bro. It's not true.
Oh, I haven't seen any pictures of you. When are you posting them?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
I actually have some on the internet, but maybe you just haven't seen them.
I don't really go digging all day looking for you, but you should post my YouTube channel sometimes so we can see your perfectly healthy, normal weight.
Okay.
Hey, well, hey, dude.
I don't know. I mean, I know I look better than you, dude. You're like a pasty fucking... You're wearing a...
Destiny's like 5'8".
A goatee, and it's not the 90s. Like, who wears a goatee?
Goatee was just a 90s thing, my dude.
It is, dude. You look dumb. And you live in a little shitty little fucking room, just reading your chat.
Actually, I can't even talk too loud because my mom and dad upstairs will fucking shout at me if I start screaming. That's why I'm keeping my voice down so much.
Like, what makes you think defending incest is cute and neat? That's what I want to know. Like, why do you want to do pro-incest debate?
Wait, do you genuinely want to know? Because discussing incest is an interesting way to explore people's views on sexuality.
Well, then why aren't we talking about sexuality?
Because I don't think you're equipped to have that discussion. You still haven't given
me...
You
don't think I'm equipped?
You haven't even given me a thing against incest yet. Why would we move on to another topic?
Well, dude, I already gave it to you, but you just keep, like, denying it and, like, trying to isolate incest. It's, like, the most...
I'm trying to isolate incest. That's what you do in an ethical discussion. You isolate the incident that you're talking about. You isolate the specific thing you're talking about. That's how you have a discussion on ethics. When you conflate it with other things, you're not actually talking about that thing, right?
Well,
I feel this is a really good, like, psychological insight into the types of people that think this way, too, because this is the mind of a lot of conservatives. So, you need to remember, they inextricably tie the negative things that they associate with what they don't like with that thing no matter what. So, you can imagine that for a lot of, like, transphobic and homophobic people, they hear one negative stereotype about, like, gay or trans people, and they're now primed to believe that's true of all LGBT people. Even when all evidence shows it's not the case, they'll still judge all LGBT people morally as if that is the case for them. You can see how that standard and this thought process has evolved and, you know, is very prolific.
I think we'll just have to agree to disagree. I mean, obviously, you never admit your thing, even though you always are.
Okay.
So maybe we could just end it because you're just being a fucking little pedantic bitch.
Yeah, sure thing, my dude.
All right, dude. So you're pro-incest.
I guess so, even though I never said that. Even though you get mad at me for misquoting you all the time, since apparently I misquote you. But then you'll sit here and say that I'm pro-incest.
I like how No Bullshit learned the word pedantic from the people in his chat, in Destiny's chat, calling him pedantic, and inappropriately used it to describe Destiny. Destiny hasn't been pedantic at all. No Bullshit's the one being definitionally pedantic.
Even though I didn't say
you're not pro-incest.
No, I've said this 100 times. I'm not.
So you think incest is wrong?
Yeah.
Well, then I win.
No, you don't, because you still haven't given me an argument against incest.
The debate is whether incest is wrong. You said incest is wrong.
Well, I already thought that coming into the debate, but you haven't given me an argument for why anybody should think that. You haven't convinced me of anything. You haven't said anything.
Well, I mean, I guess you just have to watch the debate again because I gave you lots of arguments. You just don't get it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or just like you try to isolate it because you're like trying to be cute.
You say that as an insult, but you don't understand that that's how you're supposed to have these conversations, is by isolating the issue. Yes.
No,
you isolate because we're talking about really. What's your major? Wait, what's your major? I'm curious. What did you graduate with?
Let's see. I studied communications.
I'm sorry. What degree did you get? Or did you?
Communications is a useful degree if you're like doing public speaking and stuff, or especially content creation. It is not a particularly hard degree to get.
You drop out.
Bachelor's in science.
In what science?
Journalism and communications major. What does it matter?
Journalism. Dude, I'm not saying these, I'm not trying to discount these like degrees, but you can tell even he is trying to talk them up. And Destiny had to like nail him down on exactly what it was.
I'm just curious. You're a journalism and I didn't finish college. You're a journalism and communications major. You didn't have to take a single like philosophy class or any kind of undergrad psych class or anything?
Yeah, I did.
Then why is it that you felt comfortable earlier saying most psychologists believe in something without being able to cite a single poll or a single study or a single experiment that backs up what you're saying?
Because I know most psychologists wouldn't be cool with incest.
How do you know that, though?
You don't think that?
How do you know that?
My source is I made it the fuck up.
You don't think that psychologists would be against incest?
So in none of your undergrad classes, you didn't learn that you probably shouldn't cite like academic authority without actually knowing what academic like consensus is on an
I love that. The Ice King response. It came to me in a dream.
Opinion?
You're gonna ask me for sources again?
I'm not asking you for sources. It's just like a random thing.
You're
like,
such an idiot.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm a huge dick
That's
for
what,
asking you to source your statement.
Pseudo-intellectuals do that all the time.
Pseudo-intellectuals ask for sources on statements?
Yeah.
Wow, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I asked you...
This is what you would have learned in college if you went.
I'm sorry. The reason why I asked you is because most psychologists actually say that incest is really good. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Most of them say that. You didn't know that?
That's cool.
Yeah, almost all. Actually, every psychologist says that. But don't ask me for a source. Don't ask me for a source because that would be a huge dick move. Okay, but all psychologists say that.
Great quote for the highlight reel here.
Oh yeah, okay, my dude.
Okay, so you think most psychologists would be cool with incest?
Oh, all of them are. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have any sources?
Oh no, I don't need to cite one, sir. I can't believe you would ask me for that. What a dick move. Do you think I'm writing a thesis? Only pseudo-intellectuals ask for sources, dude.
Yeah, that's what you're doing, man. That's what you do. You think you're smart. You're not.
Okay.
Okay, I'm meek and I'm a pussy. Okay, I'm just gonna take it like a little bitch on my own show. I'm just gonna take it. I'm Steven. I like incest. And okay. Are we still on?
No, I'm just waiting for you to finish. You got any more?
I'm surprised you
Are we still on?
let me talk. You never really usually let people talk.
No, I actually let them talk all the time. It just really bothers them because, you know, yeah.
No, you don't. I watched your debates. You talk over everyone.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Have fun, buddy.
And that really was the, like, kill blow for no bullshit. From there, he was like a hog who had been shot with an arrow in the heart and was just on its death run through the woods till it bleeds out. That was pretty much the end of no bullshit. That was the killing blow. And that was their second debate, too. I feel that should be, like, required watching for particularly new lefties and the online left. I know Destiny's not really well liked in this space, but a lot of his, especially OG debates, give some really good insight to the state of politics back in the day, which is really valuable. Like, I find that, like, understanding of the cycle of online politics and the culture is really relevant and important to keep in mind when it comes to my political advocacy now. I've done the JonTron debate reaction, I think, but maybe in the future, who knows? It could be down the road. I think that video is pretty important, required watching, for, you know, what it's worth.